can't hold back anymore, guys. I have to talk about this day trading strategy just because, like, it's so heartbreaking to see that over 90% of day traders lose. And I think I'm finally finding, like, the secret sauce into day trading. And the minute you see this, I mean, it might sound too good to be true. This is not intended to be clickbait because my returns are very realistic. They're not like outrageous returns, which makes, this strategy more reliable, okay? Because it's going to be more consistent. Your P&L curve is going to go up and up and up and over time. Whereas a lot of day traders P&L curve, they get a big spike up and then they go right back down and then big, or some just cannot recover from that. So I want to teach you guys, and I'm going to keep reiterating how important this day trading strategy is. A lot of people are confused about it. I want to keep explaining it and keep hyping it up because a lot of people can make consistent income doing this. So let me go into the charts. You need to only know one ticker, and that is it, and that's SPY. And the reason why I choose SPY, it's the most lucrative ticker out there. You have lots of liquidity. And what I'm going to teach you guys is the 15-minute opening range breakout. That is literally the best strategy in my opinion, because what I'm going to do is then after I find what I want to do is I'm going to tell you guys to sell credit spreads. I do it as a very unique way where small accounts and big accounts can do this strategy because I never use a day trade. And you might be like, how are you day trading and never using a day trading? There's a very unique there's a very unique way of doing it. And basically, if an option expires worthless, it doesn't require a day trade. And so you can do this every day. So this last week, a lot of people got burned in day trading. A lot of people probably quit. A lot of people were saying this price action is literally garbage, and it was. But with how I did this, we still managed to make massive money. And I have all this proof I have an Excel sheet that you guys can look at. This is the month of March. I did take the day off on Friday. I would have still won, mainly because of Powell talking. But as you can see, I made realistic gains of about $160 a day, totaling about $500. You might ask, well, what's this $25? Well, I look to break even, and I'll show you guys scenarios when I look to break even, and that's what makes this strategy even better because I sell way out of the money. So if something doesn't work, I don't want to take a big loss because the way I sell credit spreads is I am going to have a negative R&R. So if I lose one, it could take away three of my losses, okay? But what I did realize is I can make sure that, you know what, I can break even instead of taking that mass loss, depending on the circumstance, time, and everything. But let me go over the strategy because you guys are like probably really confused about all that. And I highly recommend, if you're confused, join the day trading community. I have all the videos you need to know about credit spreads and this 15-minute opening range breakout strategy. Everyone on YouTube is going to have everything different. This is what I've done. This fits small accounts, and these are realistic returns. This is not some overhyped things, but I have one-on-one mentoring. I do one-on-one coaching. If you still can't understand, I promise you're going to understand this. It's not about what if you understand. You are going to understand it. But let's go to the most recent day. It is March 9th when I'm recording this. So the last Friday, I'll go to the most recent candles, and I'll show you the week, one of the hardest credit spread weeks I've done, and we still made massive money. I draw my horizontal line on Webull. I love Webull. You hover over this candle, you see how it says 945. All you have to do is draw your line from top to bottom. Now you might ask, well, what is all this jargon in the middle? These are EMAs. Okay, these actually help me to see if I get a false trend idea. For example, let me show you this EMA 50. This is the blue line here. It's the most important line. It really tells me, if the trend is it really down or is it really up? If price action is below the EMA 50, then it is most likely the trend's going to be down. Of course, it can break out of it and switch the trend, but I like to get confluence. For this example right here, you see how we get an upper wick breaking above this 15-minute orb? A lot of people will be all in this and going long. But I get two things that does not make sense. One, we have a wick. When you see a wick and not a body closing above it, that does not mean to go long on here. And then also, you see how we have this EMA 50 acting as big resistance? That's literally what it was, and price went back down. So if I get my signal, which I get my signal right here at the 1045 candle, you see how we hit this, and then you see the difference here? This is a body of a candle. So I want you guys to write this down, all right? Because this is so important. Bodies tell the story, all right? Bodies tell the story, wicks do the damage. So this right here is damage. The wicks make it think like, okay, when the price gets up, people get in long. That's not what we do. We wait for confirmation. We have two confirmations things of saying, no, we do not go long because one, we had the EMA 50 on the 15-minute and there was no body of a candle here. This right here is where you look to get into bear calls. All right, let me explain what a bear call is. Bear call is a credit spread. If you go to options, go to your options and hit vertical. That's your first place you need to do. It's going to be different on every user face, but it should say vertical. Ask your broker how to do these. But on Webull, if you want to just copy me on Webull, use Webull, do vertical, and just click calls here. Basically, what bear calls mean is that you want price to go down. Because remember, I am going to sell options because I know I have a higher win rate selling options. Whereas a buyer, they have extremely low win ratios. They don't win consistently. I win consistently because the probabilities are in my favor. That is so important, guys, because the probability of an option expiring worthless, which is what we're doing, is like over 90% of where I'm looking to sell my options. And then I use a trend indicator tool like this, 15-minute orb EMAs, and I get a beautiful trend. So right in here, look at this. Price went all the way down. Right in here was the Jay Powell talk. So that's why price did a V shape. No big deal because, you know, when you're selling so far out of the money and you sell right in here, even this big move against you, it doesn't even phase you. I've been doing this for a while. Price would have to go all the way up in this upper Keltner channel, which is what these are, but it's not even going to phase you guys. So we do bear calls right in here. And you might ask, well, what kind of premium you sell? I alert everything in the Discord. I'm sticking with around 20 cents a premium because I want to be consistent. And since I use a 300% stop loss, my stop is 80 cents. So it gives me enough wiggle room that if price doesn't go right my way, I'm totally fine. A lot of people will do big premium, but the problem with doing big premium is, you know, any little, you know, the first 15 to, you know, the first 2 hours are really hard for credit spreads because if it goes against you, you get roasted, all right? Whereas if I have way out of the money, I can take some hits. And then as time goes by, if you guys know about options, theta really kicks in. So my goal was to, you know, after that 2 hour mark, that theta really starts kicking in. And it just destroys the premium even if price goes against you. Because you got to realize, selling credit spreads, you win in three directions. Price goes up, down, or sideways, I win. And with bear calls, you know, you want general direction to go down. But you can see as bear calls later on the day, price went up, still fine. I still win. So that's what I just want to go through. I just want to go a little bit of this as most day traders lose. And it's just an awesome strategy. Even when in the hardest week that I've seen with credit spreads, we're still getting massive win ratios and how to do really good. This is an example I took on Thursday. Another hard day. I'm not going to show you guys, you know, just easy days because you guys need to understand hard days happen. Right in here, we had bull puts now. It's the opposite. What happened, guys? We had a candle breaking above this orb here. And so I seen this, but we also have this EMA 50 that could act as resistance. We also have a 30-minute that could act as resistance. Right up in here, you see that EMA 50 on the 30-minute. So there's a lot of things where like, it's kind of hard to do, but then again, it could be switching the trend. But I decided to take this trade when it went back in the orb on this candle here. And I got totally almost wrecked here. Price went all the way back into it. I thought price will come back up, you know, test this orb here and go back up. Price went and did another double orb. And that's why you see in my notes, I have double orb, triple orb, and he had one single orb. You do get a lot more single orbs than double orbs, but when there's a lot of news events, you can expect double orbs to happen a lot. But I still won. Why? Because I sold a credit spread far out of the money. If I would have sold for higher premium, I would have got wrecked. As you can see, price goes all the way down. But with all this consolidation and price barely moving, you know, it's just a staircase pattern down, theta has kicked in, causing my premium to decimate. I think the highest I got was like a 200% stop, 200% loss, and my stop is always 300%. I've known with a lot of back testing that 300% stop does not happen much. And if it does happen, I can recover from that. Another win right here. Hard day, but we won. And that's all that really matters, right? Right in here, another 945, and you can see right here we get bear calls. I want to show you guys a situation where I break even. Right here we get the bear calls. It goes all the way back up. We get on the next candle. All right. So you might ask, well, when do I look to get in? Usually the next candle after this candle ends, I get on the next candle near 20 cents. This one actually was a news at 10 a.m. So it shot up really fast. So I got in on the EMA 20, and I saw that EMA 50 was the top. So I felt really good for bear calls. Price goes down. Worked in our favor for a bit, but I hold these till expiration because why? I don't want to use a day trade up. And I want to collect all that premium. The highest I can buy back is 5 cents. So if I sell for 20 cents, I want to make sure I get it for 0 cents. So I collect all that 20 cents. That extra 5 cents adds up. 5 times 5 is 25 cents if I do it every day like that. But as you can see, we switched trends right here. You can see a body of a candle at 12:45 above the 15-minute opening range breakout. So what I did is I sold for break even. I sold it for 15 cents. That's why you saw 20 and 15. I entered at 20 and I exit at 15. I always doing 9 contracts, and I will tell you guys how I look to scale up in the Discord. There is a really nice scaling feature I can do here where you see how I went, in February, we're making 142. Now in March, we're making 162 a day. My goal is to get this to $1,000 a day, passive income, low stress, where I get in on these trades, set my stop loss, and I go throughout my day. I don't have to look at the chart all the time. What I do is when I'm in the trade, I set an alert on Webull. I right click on the chart and I say create me alert if price goes above this certain point. Then I can be like, okay, if price is after 2 p.m. or close to 2 p.m., I'll just hold it through the double orb. But if price is like this, 1 o'clock, that's a little risky. I'll be like, you know what? I'll just break even and I'll trade another day. Because I know a lot of the times I win on double orbs, but I don't want to risk it because I could also lose on double orbs too. It's really risky. All right. I try to get in credit spreads as early as possible. Usually before 11 is ideal for me. But this strategy has been an absolute game changer, guys. I'm telling you, the reason why it's so good is because a lot of people will tell you all this bull crap. You got to get in at the very most precise. That's not going to happen, guys. A lot of day traders get stopped out and then it goes up and runs up with you. This gives you just enough wiggle room. I have created a nice stop loss that works. I have the data to back it up. And last year, I started this in November, we were up. December, we were up, making around double the accounts. If you just had a simple $2,000 account, you should be making 50% of your account every month. I know that seems insane, but literally that is the statistics and the goals. I have made massive money doing this every month. And I cannot hold this back. I have to share this because there is money for everyone. The liquidity on SPY is insane. You don't have to worry about, I have never had problems with my orders filling. And do keep in mind, I am actually not selling on SPY, all right? I'm just using SPY as a chart because they have overnight trading and it works for my EMAs. I actually sell SPX, okay? So do keep that in mind. I am selling SPX, but I have every video in the Discord if you really want to learn this. Even on the hardest week where all these day traders are giving up, we have made mass money. I'll show you a quick single orb here. 945. I know how to do this fast where usually I don't even need to draw the lines, but you see right here, it's your single orb. 10 o'clock, price goes down, bear calls. It's okay if price retests, no problem, and it goes down and down. Easy single orb, and that's what most of the days will give you. You win, guys. I'm telling you, win in 3 different directions: up, down, sideways. You win. I don't have to predict what price does in the blink of an eye or what it's going to do with, like, it's going to bottom out here and then it's going to go. What if it goes a little lower and then I don't want to work with that. I know that selling is more profitable than buying, so I'm going to sell. Options decay over time. I understand that I need to find a trend following strategy. 15-minute orb with EMAs are the best trend following strategies ever. I also have more advanced tactics where if I see a trend, for example, if I see a 15-minute EMA 50 downtrend for quite some time, at least 2 days, that I know the trends usually switch, usually on the 3rd day. What do we have? Trend switch on the 3rd day on the 15-minute EMA 50. So all these tactics I use, I have been studying this a lot. I love SPY. I love trading credit spreads, and this is how I can make realistic returns. I'm not here to say you're going to get rich, and depending on your account. I'm making $162 a day. February, I made $1,900 with a small account journey. $2,000 turning to 4, 4 turning to 8. It is absolutely insane, all right? My scaling rules is I usually add a contract a month, so it's not going to be, I'm trying to make this realistic, okay? So, I mean, in the month of, this is, usually I do get perfect months, let's just say you win every day in the month, 162, and you, for my size, it's not that big. You times that by 20, you're making $3,246. Can I get an amen to that? That is life-changing money that you can make consistently. This isn't going to be big P&L curves going all over the place. I know what I lose, and I know what I'm going to make each day, guarantee. So you can write on an Excel sheet and you can write on your bills and stuff. This is realistically what I can make in trading. I'm not here to buy an option or trade futures, and I just either make a big money or I lose a lot. I'm not here to teach that. I'm here to teach passive income to make over 90% win ratio. I'm all about win ratios. Of course, I'm going to have a negative R&R, but I showed you guys how to break even on a trade too. In worst case scenario, I could take a 300% stop loss. I don't care. As long as I don't lose more than 4 times a month, which it hasn't happened, I am totally fine, guys. This is my 15-minute opening range breakout strategy with EMAs, how to sell credit spreads. I haven't really got into that, but it's very easy, guys. Just go to SPX, vertical, calls or puts, whichever direction you do, look for 20 cents, and that's it. The minute you get the signal, look for 20 cents. And of course, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. You can look at my day trade alerts. I showed you guys right in here, the exact credit spread. I usually show it in a Webull format right in here, exact credit spread. I tell you when I look to get filled, the exact strike. It's literally, when you do this, you're going to understand it so fast. But it's just great to be a part of Discord because, one, I'm going to look at the news. News is everything. I'm going to be like, today's not a good day. Like Jay Powell was speaking, I'm not going to trade that day. I use Forex Factory to find news. And with more advanced tactics like the EMAs, I can kind of understand when price is going to switch trends. I can understand when 15-minute work's not going to work all the time. I can understand, like, hey, this doesn't look like a good strategy to get in. Does it make sense? Even if this body of a candle closed above this thing, I don't think this is a good strategy because the EMA 50 is acting as strong resistance. So I wouldn't have taken bull puts here. So I've used both these things to give me better confluences and everything. If you guys want to join the Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below, and in the description it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts. And guess what? I've seen lots of ridiculous things. I've seen people charge 50, 100, even 200 bucks a month for a simple strategy like this, and literally them selling higher premium, having massive losses. The win ratios aren't even big. The probabilities of you losing is pretty much just day trading gambling. Whereas this strategy is, we know the odds are in us when you sell way out of the money. We're using a nice solid strategy, and since we're way out of the money, the theta is picking up really fast. So if we need to break even when price goes against us, we can. And so that's like it's so compounded in that this is the #1 strategy coming into that anybody can do. If you guys want to subscribe, please read how to subscribe. All you have to do is hit day trade alerts and you'll get access to everything. Swing trades and day trades. And get this, guys, for this promotional video, it is not it's not going to rip your pants off with, massive fees. This is $12 a month system that I'm charging. And this also includes live streams, alerts, one-on-one mentorship that, if you just can't understand this, I promise you will understand it. I have never had a person say, I can't understand this. I don't know how to place the orders. I have people go in here and say, did I place the order right? Because that's the main thing, is placing the orders, making sure you're hitting the right thing. Make sure you're on the sell side. Make sure you did your stop right. And I'll make sure you do that. Just post in the day trade chat. Say, hey, is this correct? And we'll get you squared away, guys. $12 a month, can't be beat. If you're not from the US, it'll charge you a little extra, maybe 15 or 16 bucks due to currency exchange rate. But try to subscribe on your computer to avoid the iOS too. But it's all there on how to subscribe. I'm just excited for having an amazing strategy. This is almost literally the golden secret sauce in day trading, in my opinion. Day trading is very risky. Day trading is very hard. Over 90% of day traders lose. But this is literally the flip side of the coin, where over 90% of day traders using this strategy are winning. And so the probabilities are in your favor. Just stick to your plan. Don't ever be like, I want to move my stop. Keep the stop the same. We have strict discipline. We know over a sample of trades, we win. Think of like Geico. They have tons of participants. One gets a car wreck, no big deal. You pay that. Of course, it's going to be a little bigger payment. But you have all these sample people where they make money over time. They collect your premium. That's literally what I'm doing with credit spreads. I collect premium, collect premium, collect premium. Over a large sample of trades, I'm consistently profitable. All right, guys, hope you like this video. I wanted to just go over the hardest month of March. March has been really hard, but not for me, because we have been consistently profitable doing this strategy. A lot of this chop, 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 chop will get rid of a lot of people, but that's when credit spread's good. We win in 3 directions. We win when price goes up, sideways, which is your chop, and down. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to say about that. I think that's insane. I wish I knew about this way long ago. So if you guys watch this video, You guys are here to take the action if you want to learn more about this strategy, but it has been absolutely life-changing for lots of members, and you can read lots of the testimonies in the Discord of how much, what this has done for people. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.